Let's do astrology. By the way, your case is being tried in the upper levels of the laws of the universe, right? Higher courts of law. And when it comes to the reversed universe, the reverse that we're living in here, it's not a universe, it's a reverse. By the way, you don't know what reverse means. It doesn't mean to go back in its tracks and go backwards. No. This is what's going to be coming. Is true intelligence just kind of unfolding now? That could be a problem. That's Uranus in Gemini. That is the outer planets. It takes 7 years for it to get through its sign. It takes a whole 88 years for it to go through all zodiacal signs. And it's the planet of change. It's the planet of unpredictability. It's a planet of luck, really, sudden luck. The things that are unpredictable through change, or that is a drastic change usually, that first of all nobody thinks to do it on their own or likes it, or maybe they do, maybe they're totally into it, right? Yeah, there's the ability to let go into anew. That's what some people know naturally because um, they handle higher learning tools such as cooking or something like that, or gardening, and it always trains your mind into the best results, which always helps you let go of an old method or way or even site or thing of being that is old in the past. And it doesn't mean that it was not ever useful to us or the right thing to do, so long as we're progressing and growth is still happening, right? We have an ever-changing scape and possibility. And it's important to maintain our I don't know what this video is for you guys. I mean, really, I'm just kind of piping up from the Mars and Virgo point of view. Let's talk about that. It's about our well-beings, perhaps. Sorry, am I talking to the right crowd here? Usually I attract really handicapped narcissists. They aren't well. I attract the underdog, I guess, but the real life lowly type, that admires, I'm sorry, that maybe they're dyeing their hair blonde right now. Oh gosh, sorry about that. Would you keep it natural if you want to know anything about me, if you admire me or anybody that has God, I'm going right here with this arrogant talk, integrity and stuff like that. We like the color of your natural hair color, whatever it's doing. We like it. We like seeing a natural situation there. Anyway, sorry about this. This might be part of a Mars. See, I'm Mars ruled, and it's in Virgo. Virgo is highly analytical. It's Mercury ruled. We're getting a taste right now. Pardon my hair. I'm just kind of getting up out of bed and doing this. It's terrible. Aren't you glad we have an editing service here? I am. Getting back to the astrology. We do have Uranus sneaking into Gemini in July, right there on the 8th. Uranus in Gemini at 0 degrees. Then we have it going into 1 degree by August, and then it goes backwards. The thing that we want to really know that's going to be the most effect on our entire system and reality itself is that Neptune is going backwards on July 4th. It's never been to this far degree in Aries, and I'll tell you firsthand what we're experiencing in Aries. Because Saturn is there, we can know, like, with clarity and put into structure what we're learning, because there's a learning experience. And like I was trying to tell you in the beginning of the film, that you all of you are in a kind of school of karmas, and you are being judged. Now, if you want to know if there's a judge or not, there is an all-seeing eye, perhaps. If you want to get more like user friendly, you say it's really your higher awareness level, the connection that you have with the outer, what appears as the outer, but the entire universe, within and without. You are it, right? And so, without getting too into the riddling that it sounds like when you talk about that very nature and what we mean, trying to just keep kind of scratching at is, okay, the intelligence that can be acquired through meditation and tapping into that higher self. See, your trials and errors and whatever, and especially with people now, especially if you go to court and stuff like this, babes, that thing over there, because we already know that thing is a sign that civilization is still under cloak of deception, satanic rule. Okay, minute 7. I didn't mean to get into the more gnarly subject matter, but what do you mean? What is it, Shauna? Well, it's a pretty darn hefty subject matter. We want to know where it comes from. Where does it dwell? Where does it live? How can we send it the right message to an address and have it be diplomatic and come out and talk to us about everything, right? Because if now this is humanity speaking. Now, when Neptune goes backwards, expect more and more clarity coming from us. Who's us, Shauna? There are spiritual warriors here on this plane. And we kind of see this stuff, and a lot of us are just we have a gag being put on us. We are being mocked. The game is to keep us down, but really, is that the game, or what's going on there? Well, I say that there's too many people. Somebody gave birth out of control, and then so now you have a mob against those very few that know better. Why isn't it ending? Don't you wish I just ended right there? I mean, sit on that for a while. Drink that tea down. Shauna, are you okay? I'm here again. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm fine. I'm trying to keep the voodoo spells away from me. Okay, so, well, we've got Mars and Virgo, which is going to say something in order to clear something out very on a deep level of. Now, you want to talk about Pisces? Because we do have Neptune that, in fact, when Neptune rules Pisces, but it's in Aries, it's going to be going backwards. When it goes backwards, it's going to go backwards enough. I hate to tell you, everybody. It's going to hit Pisces again. In October, it hits Pisces. So, sorry, I'm kind of losing my eyesight here, but I guess it's what happens when you're 50. But I say no, it's what happens when you're exposed to radiation and stuff, you know. And there's cures to all of this premature aging, perhaps. When I say premature, it's like, well, no, I think adolescence happens at around about 175, or at least 75 to 175. You're still learning about new things that by the time you're 600 to 1600 years old, now you're getting into, you want to talk about being able to space travel in equipment that is just organically made to move with the cosmos, I guess. So, hey, how do you, again, aren't we glad that there's editing? If I didn't edit all of this and it's actually minute 10:40, then like and subscribe and do send some money. I am just hanging on I don't know how I am except for that I'm in debt. I am brainstorming right now ways to get out from under this, and one of the most brightest ones that come up is to see I own a home and I'm in the back studio here. It's just a one room, and I think this is more like for me, you know what I mean? That home with the two bathrooms and the large kitchen and the living room and the four bedrooms is too big for me. And I'm trying to move as fast as I can. It's just me here. I know I've been talking about this maybe a few times, maybe on my Facebook page. I'm talking about it. It's just me here. It's tough. I'm working through some uh, uh, poor habits of indulging in depression. I admit I do that. It's an indulgence because that's the go-to first thing for especially modern day society because they're fucked. They're in a trap. They are in a trap that the financial system most likely set up for them. If not that, the church did mastermind something because of social distancing. And then they are trapped in the money game that says, well, we'll protect you from whatever can happen to you as a result of you being helpless and rendered up alone, isolated, because that's just in the jungle, I guess that's what the predator uses to get people who are unassuming and naive or something like that or whatever. See, it could be a human universe that we tap instead of the animalistic, very low life, fearful living, and it could be just a matter of fact, but when we talk about the spirit world, we can defend ourselves quite fine with things that say, hey, no, look, I'm a fucking tiger and I'm going to get you, or I'm a snake and I could bite you, or I'm a mosquito and I could bite you, or I'm a bear and I can really just whack you bad. But what I'm saying is the main thing that we protect ourselves that we don't have any idea, like, how do we do it? Well, it's because you're being misled, first of all, as to how to live, is to protect each other from each other. Protect yourselves from people who are driven satanically, which is most of the world out there. If you hear a noise getting up in the morning, boom, there it is. Streets filling up and just exhaust going. I mean, all of these sparks are flying, absolutely nothing going on except for digging a hole. To the pitch of a wicked witch, you're digging in a ditch. You think you're going up when you're really going down. Those children you cannot fool. They know those smiles are really a frown. Welcome to Shauna's um, beginning, really. We're just getting started. Let me tell you what, my generation, we have a very important thing to do over communication, over communications. It's here, and this thing has not been awakened yet, just like the human aperture, most of it, right? It's 92% who are not awake. Now, they are most likely calling it sheep. And it's like, good job, but you are in the lowercase base waste. Otherwise, you would respect the word sheep as being your brand. How about that? That's your brand. If you're able to do astrology and it seems to work, and it does, we've got we do have the powers that be that use astrology, and that's how they're doing everything here. And they hide that higher learning tool from you.
Hi, baby. She's so sweet and wonderful and great. Mm. Oh, God. Big, big mine. Little sweetheart. Ah, wonderful. Wonderful, marvelous, precious, pretty, and wonderful and great.
Pardon me.
Ah, she's so wonderful and great. Oh, she's so great. Wonderful and great and marvelous, precious, and pretty, and wonderful.
So getting back to how that language is going to be a very important thing, I would love to take part in starting the trend. I'll probably be the only one in the world known to be doing it like this. I am definitely the only one that is like me, so it will be done in a certain way that I have been able to manage to find and share, which is to, can you hear me okay? Sorry. Which is to start paying attention to some keywords. We have to change some words around, especially in the field of the riddling, where spiritual people, so-called, and or um, even coaches, but I'm heading towards spiritual people, gurus, like that are really helpful, and they get on right on the edge in subject matter that is controversial, of course. But what is the truth? See, Aquarius is going to keep exposing the truth, especially with Pluto there. Uranus in Gemini, it's a trine. It's going to set up a beautiful, harmonious thing for a long time that you can't help it. It's going to start bringing up what has been suffering is Libra side of the organism, which is actually the self-organizer, the one that works unconditionally, love itself. And it's a very high, people don't really know what love is. It's an intelligence system that the human being is, when it is in fact human. See, there's non-human that has not reached yet. So, but anyway, the language needs to be altered a little bit. You have to know what you're saying, especially when I'm pointing at the spelling and the 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 suffixes that they're there. I was trying to I rhyme phone ba lo mimi bo ni. Pardon me. I was trying to tell you about Ria, right? Well, whenever you see it, that's God, and in fact, the decoding system that I'm eventually going to try to show you. I've kind of already been doing it, but it points at God and how things render up through creation of creation. It's like you're using the same materials, light, it's very scientific what we are as human beings. The real thing that's happening beyond the physical. See, there is a physical that seems to dominate. That's the main attraction here. It's a density, right? So I know. Hi, are you still here in 19 minutes? Did we lose everybody? Did I lose you guys? I hope so. Just kidding. Really, you want to lose the density. You want to lose the density of the illusion of separateness. I'm telling you, babes, with Neptune going over my ascendant, this is really what's like working on me. I'm seeing it. It's like, whoa, okay, yeah, no, okay, I get it. Yeah, no, I see. It's so heavy duty. I can't hardly explain it now, except for, have you been watching my videos for the past 200 or 2,000 videos? We are kind of going and marching forward together. I am humanity. We have this aspect coming up with Neptune it's gonna be going backwards for the first time that it's been in the new degree of Aries, which a lot has happened. See, what's going to happen? See, if you think that you lost your case or something like this, or that somebody is deceiving you, or that you're deceived, then what's going to happen is that Neptune is going to go backwards. It's going to clear it up. If you're wrong, that in fact, if it's not the truth that you actually are deceived about being deceived, it's going to clear up. You're going to see how this creation of creation is under a reversal. Holographically, you could say that that's needed. It's actually a necessity. It's how everything is working. To tell you the truth, I can hardly explain that. Boy, how high are you? How are you today? Neptune calls for the shaman, and we are being led through a passage, not just for me. Okay, this is all of humanity, but see, it's for me, it's very intense because I have the 0 to 6 degrees Aries. And it's right there. I have Saturn and Neptune approaching, has yet to be right on my ascendant.
Oh, yeah, yay. Oh, Ben.
I've dealt with entities that, well, they're just unloving and silly me. I thought that I could. It's just the biggest joke in the world, taking it to the stage of the courthouse and stuff like that. It really is. It really is. It's. I can't believe it. But see, there's an original thing. There's the real reality, Ria. God that God sees, that knows, and you can know it too. Just include reality, would you please? And then there's the story that develops through minds and the system that does paperwork and good luck, babes. I mean, our only hope, our only real, um, God, this cat, she gets in a mood sometimes, right? Our only real, um, um, like save is getting real, right? And staying in touch through our own ability really is a profound responsibility to open up an account with reality and start accumulating a memory that is somewhat sound there. I mean, it's not all about memory, really. You know, you should know that. Talking with some people, that it's like important to know the difference between brain and then the mind. You know, just basically, right? That's a figure of speech, really. I mean, right? We can get into the word brain, which is very, very, very peculiar. Supposedly, we together, if we put our heads together, we can make it rain. In fact, it's, you know, Ria is there in the word brain, but the R, see, that's the R rule. If you get just the vowels there and take the B and the N away, you're dealing with AI, but the R is there. See, artificial intelligence, that's the non-human being. That's just a fully encapsulated mind. That's your narcissist. Yep. And yeah, there was artificial intelligence has always been here. That's just a narcissist that mimics some things that looks intelligent when really it's just like you go into it and it's like, oh God, there's no depth there. You're not really having a conversation with anybody and it's not going to go anywhere. That's exactly it. There's where you don't have to worry. See, it's just like, okay, so the world is in competition with AI. That's how stupid they are. Everybody knows that you do not compete or give your full on intelligence to and intention to the narcissist. You do it like, well, are you getting paid? First of all, are they a toddler? If it's a toddler, it's going to grow up out of it. It's not going to be full on always an imbecile that is using manipulative tactics and is always down because it's experiencing trauma. And why did you create that little thing like that? Can you undo it? Undo it as soon as you can. Go get some therapy because we don't like to see unhappy children all the time. I notice it. Okay, I'm 50 years old. I'm highly observant, and I love the possibility of people being their fullest, happiest selves. And children are usually that. You come out just happy-go-lucky. You fucking are fine. You have everything intact that you need to know to know everything else, which is to get in your body a higher learning tool and start feeling and start doing reality. And lo and behold, no, there's a fucking narcissist there. Somebody who thinks they know better than just the way, the natural order of things, better than safety. They think they know better than just being safe, right? Which is like, okay, what a trick to tell parents, right? Because their children are bound to fall. They always do. And guess what? See, the thing you want to inform your parents about is that, did you notice the layer, the insulation that they have all over them? Especially when they're a baby and they're well fed. They're these puffy cushion little pillow like things, and they're going to be probably going through some topple over every once in a while. You can't stop every single fall. They have to learn how to get up and Yeah, the saying goes, thanks for listening to this, right? Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. You do that until you just, have you died yet? Did you die? Anyway, language and the way we use it, storytelling, the illumination, the computing, it's all going to come up into, it's just a beautiful subject matter. Because it is about subject matter. It's to subject you. What did we just say? Really, it's the objective would be to align awareness into the cosmos and what is going on. See, there isn't anything new under the sun as far as the truth. All you need now, I didn't talk about this in my last video, and I'm sorry I didn't, but here it is. All we need is start doing celebration. This is what 92% of the population will be uncomfortable with because they're uncomfortable with people that are confident. They are confident in a very easy way because they have it aligned with the truth. They handle the truth. They are doing things that aren't undermining their health, their constitution. They are staying in contact with they are doing the disciplines that keeps them in contact with activities, exercises, ways of thought, daily life, bodily patterning, that, of course, right, keeps you in well-being. Now, that's what a celebrating is. We have rebellions. We have rebels, to rebel. Now, if you're not informed about it, see, the real holy places, the real places where the enlightened might have been, I swear it might have been this way, where they were singing from dusk to dawn, which is called prayer, right? Prayer is just this higher vibrational frequency that says thank you, thank you, thank you. Because what? Because you found something and you know you have something, and it's like, I'm in the vortex. I can't believe, I just want it to be this way for everybody. It's hard to explain, but thank you, thank you, thank you. That's true prayer. Now, if people in churches were really praying here on earth and everybody else, we would be in heaven on earth. But what we have is a very dangerous situation, by the way, because of that negativity. See, that side of life where people don't understand, it's like, well, maybe this is the best thing that ever happened to them. If we keep looking, like I was talking about in the beginning of the video, it turns over and it's like, no, look at the way the movie goes, the way that the real underdog, which is true intelligence, is the one getting kicked around and beat up because they respond first or they say something first. Okay, so it could happen in your household. Are you the black sheep? It could happen in your neighborhood. Did you get mobbed for trying to shoo some garbage away that you knew that was just garbage and the rest of the neighborhood was just about to fall for it? And did they fall for it? When they did, when you told them no, did they mob you? See, that's what would happen to me. Did it stem off into just a whirlwind of energy, of people trying to, everybody trying to balance up and level up and get respected and to be heard and stuff. See, most likely some leaders are being fucking pushed down right now. And that is your nervous system. That's all. Your ability to respond. Okay, now you want to hang with it. Now I'm just saying hang with it. Now you stick with it. Don't give up. See, that's the Aries part of the organism. I'm talking about this thing that we're going through with Neptune and Saturn. How intense it's been of, I hate to say it, but a fight against the deceiver. Now, the deceiver is certainly testing you, if not through just your own faculties. Did you master the mind? Something else out there. When you're getting closer and closer to reaching and saying, no, hey, us here now, what up, about the health of such, that is all of our responsibilities, especially if we share this environment, stuff like that. Did you get your ass kicked? Well, that's Normal. You're going through a normal, like, story that is a never-ending story. Hello, Christ, was that your story? Yeah, girl, gosh, I love you. Thank you. How are you doing? Yes, I love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, well, come with me. All right, I will. Come, hurry. In divine timing, I don't think about anything else. Believe me, it's just to be with you. That's my higher self, actually, over there talking to it. Anybody else, Hector, Joanne, Joseph, Jesus, they don't give a fuck. We're talking about Christ aware, awakening through those who have just a bit of their nervous system left that says, no, I actually feel instant healing when I get away from that shit that is bringing me pain, actually transferring its pain on you. Yep, the system has a way of getting other people to do their karmic bidding. They're just functioning as a backdrop of, now, have you heard that song and do you know the language? The machine. I tried to talk about it on my last video, right? The last video I put up here on I think I put it up on Tuesday, and then now this is Wednesday. And I'm asking for a little donation into my effort to stabilize myself, because it's not fair to the one person who is claiming love for me, right? This is a very controversial subject matter, because I put myself up on the cross saying that, when really it's like, babes, you're all having a difficulty with love on this plane. You're all having a difficulty with each other, mainly. Can you get above? Can you even recognize that there's a fucking spiritual ceiling right there? You were well on your way. You thought you were, but then now you go down the rabbit hole, which isn't a bad thing. That's all part of it. But what happened? What was it? Were you able to identify and talk about anything? The answer is most likely no. You're being confused by the enemy. And then check this out. In divine timing, it happens. We have Uranus going into Gemini now. A whole other generation is they're going to attempt to step up. Oh God, it's like never before. I mean, we've never seen this kind of configuration. Believe it or not, as predictable as astrology is, this is why you want to check it out. Is because we've had Neptune in Aries before, but I doubt it was with Pluto in Aquarius, where it's sextiling. Now, I doubt it was with the combination with Uranus and Gemini. We've had Uranus and Gemini before. 88 years ago, there was a lot of warring happening then, too. Some kind of depression. It was worldwide, I think. Is it the World War I'm talking about? Maybe. Do the math. When Uranus goes into Gemini, there's kind of an active communicative place where it's not at all looking harmonious, because, well, with communications comes retaliations and stuff, because a lot of times communication is going to expose some things that people don't want you exposed. Hi. I can't even count the number of times I've gone to court. And the last time I went, here's why. It's because I called somebody fat. And that was just a reaction. See, I was rendered up into their fucking level of things. I mean, I thought I would love to have had a better conversation than that, which I was trying to start when the asphalt slingers were happening, and there was some changes going on in the neighborhood anyway. It's like, hello, well, I would like to get to know my new fucking neighbors. Well, I guess I did. See, now I'm wondering, where are the people that actually can hear me and like me? I don't care about those fucking people. Which is, oh God, like I said, I want to get out of this classroom. I've already been to high school and elementary school, and I know how it is. You just mind your own business, right? You try to mind your own business, but yeah, if I can get out, I would. You know why? Well, because the toxic spill. The toxic spill. I have to constantly. Sorry, here's my cat. I knew that she was going to want to play, and I want to show you how that she does play. Whoops. She chases after the cap. It's a water cap, and then she brings it back. She's going to get that cap. anyway, thanks for listening to all this. The key is the Aries will take us through it. I'm trying to be as honest as I can without like exposing too much of who I really am. If I would love to talk to more people, I guess personally, from around the world, the ones that are helping me. When I talk about that they've been all women, I'm talking about the ones who I know that they're donating from around the world, and they are listening to my content. They actually tell me, send me a really kind message that touches my heart, and that's the way it is. That's the way we talk about it. See, isn't it sad that a cat, she's playing fetch again. All right, I need to show you guys how she does this. Whoops. Um, the money seems the way that it's entrapped us all. If we were to elevate our consciousness along with our language, see, I wanted to make it clear. It's minute 37. Don't call it Mother Earth anymore. Call it Virgin Earth. Do not call it Mother Nature anymore. Call it Virgin Nature. It's because virgin means original design, and or aboriginal, like the original of the original. It just means back to the garden, and very beautiful. A lot of people want to go back there because it's so fresh and new and renewing, and it is going through process of nothing really. It's just being, okay, because we have virgin here as just the original design of everything and anything. See, now that's pretty tricky because we have a highly creative life that we can dip in and out of called the universe. It's there. We don't even know the nature of it. See, there's a lot of unlimited possibility. But in general, the truth that we see in front of us, um, if it's working, babes, even if it's a a a a, pot, a what's that plant that is both potato and tomato at the same time? It's called pomato. Well, even if it's that, if it's non-GMO, what I mean is if it's not spliced with a foreign matter like DDT, or how they're doing with that, it's still virgin. It's virgin territory is what I like to say. See, that's very controversial, like, because a lot of our food is not original, but it is because it can be, it is, if it's not spliced molecularly, scientifically. See, if that seed that it produces reproduces, eventually, see, if it is a hybrid something, it goes back to virgin. A lot of people know that it goes back to heirloom. It goes back to original, okay? Um, you can toy with the material here, and you can create it as um, a functioning thing that can harmonize with what? Well, other virgins, I guess. We have to change that terminology. No more Mother Earth saying that. No more saying Mother Nature, because it turns a lot of people off who are gender specific, kind of like, who are maybe their mother was totally not very motherly. Maybe she was a tyrant. Maybe she, and really it's a lot of people who have had vicious, mean, unloving mothers. So they can't participate in Mother Earth talk or Mother Nature talk. But that's just, to me, that's just a matter of just make sure you define what you mean. And saying virgin is a better definition. The earth is not human, so we don't call it mother or father. We've called the sky father. I just say, just call it God. That's hard, but just call it the ever accepting space. Even a fart can float through, and nothing of that thing says, "Pew! I mean, I do not accept that." No, it accepts it all. It embraces and contains all. The universe, the entire universe, is sitting in that potent space. Sorry, I'm talking. I'm trying to play with my cat too, and I'd rather you just see that, right? That I'm playing with my cat with this. She plays with this cap. She grabs it and then she brings it back, and she plays fetch as a dog. Like she's like just like a dog. And eventually she stops and she does her thing. Cat stuff. She does cat stuff. Anyway, thanks for listening to this. It's minute 42. I said something, maybe, not really. I want to talk more about the urgency, and it's going to happen, babes. It's going to happen right in front of your face. See, I'm worried that I'm just going to go fucking crazy because I see something obvious, and it's like, well, how do I start the trend? Well, the way that I do it is I raise my vibrational frequency. I become a likable person. And I didn't just tell all you narcissists that, oh man, I'm sure not likable. No, you people affect us. You bring us down. We might be giving you an opportunity when we are down, like if we've found ourselves down, because why? Oh, we can't fucking hack that system anymore. We can't play that fucking system game anymore. Who's we? I'm a single person. I stay out of trouble. I mind my own business. And I heal people. I have deep, meaningful relationships when I do, whether it's 2 minutes long or 2 years long or 20 years long. We are going seamlessly. I am there for you. You know what I'm talking about? I am here for you. I'm here for reality. And if you happen to have opened an account, there I am as the truth.